Is buying a house really a scam, or are you doing it wrong?
Okay, so look, I bought a house in 2017. Can somebody
That's actually the year I bought my first house.
remind me what the benefit of buying a house was supposed to be? Like, you always hear, oh, get a house is a good investment. Can y'all remind me what it was? Because I'm really starting to feel like it's a scam. Because first they was telling me, oh, well, if you rent, your rent could go up. My house going up. Every year, my house is more expensive than it was the previous year. My property taxes go up each year, and my homeowner's insurance go up each year. And now we're not calling it rent. It's not a rent increase. We're calling it something different, but it's still going up. It is not cheaper to be a homeowner. Once you factor in the principal, the interest, the mortgage insurance premium that they add on there, your property tax, your maintenance should be breaking. You got to fix it. It is definitely way cheaper to rent. Hurricane come through.
I think that it depends. I think that it obviously totally depends on where you're at. Now he's talking about hurricane. I don't know this person, but now he's talking about hurricanes. So he must live somewhere in the Gulf, somewhere where maybe on the East Coast, somewhere where they get hurricanes, Florida, maybe. I mean, I literally bought my first house in 2017. I want to know where's this guy live and when was this video put out? My first house, when I bought it, it was more expensive than my rent at the time, but not by much. And also not in the long run at all. If I would have kept that house, even with all the raises in price. So when I first bought the house, the whole entire payment, that's principal, interest, taxes, insurance, all of that, it was, I think, just under $700 for the whole thing. Not even, I think it was a year later, not even a year later, it went up to $750. And then it went up to like $8, and then it went up to $9, and it did go up, but it was still cheaper in the long run to own the house than to just rent in terms of what I'm monthly paying. In terms of maintenance and stuff like that, yeah, of course, you're not going to have to pay for a new roof or pay for a water heater or pay for an AC guy to come out and fix your AC and all that if you're renting. You don't have to. But also, if you move, you don't get money back, but you do if you own. You get something back, right? If they were renting, they would get no money back, like none. It's all gone. It's all gone. And they got no tax benefits. Right? They were full on paying taxes that whole time, as opposed to having any kind of depreciation or right, things like that, any type of tax benefits. And again, there are times where it makes sense to rent, but ultimately, I mean, the wealthiest people in the world all have real estate. They all do. They all have real estate, right? It's not all just from stocks, and it's not all just from having a company. Real estate is always a component because real estate is written in the tax code. It lowers your taxes, right? And tax is one of the biggest things that you pay for in your life. So owning real estate is a big way to save money.
The fence is crooked. You got to fix that. AC messing up. You got to fix that. Fucking toilets be breaking. Remember Lil Wayne, 10 bathrooms. I could shit all day. I thought that was a flex. I got 4 of them bitches. I couldn't. 10? Hell no. Next they tell you, oh, well, at least
you have 4 bathrooms?
The equity ain't doing nothing for me. All equity mean is I could take out a loan. I don't want to take any more loans out. I'm trying.
It also means that if you go to sell the house, I mean, equity is a big deal. Come on now. It means that's ownership, right? You have equity in something, that's ownership. You get no equity if you rent. That's what I'm saying. You get none if you rent. If you go to sell your house, if you want to, it sounds like this guy's staying put. But if he goes to sell when he retires or something like that, he wants to move somewhere else, like maybe somewhere that's a lower cost of living or whatever, you're going to get a ton of money back. If you're sitting on a ton of equity, especially if this video came out this year. I don't know when this video came out. Does this mean that it came out May 4th? It doesn't have a year. Is that what this means? I don't know. But if it is, this guy is sitting on a massive amount. He is being really disingenuous in this video. He's sitting on a massive amount of equity. Like a massive. I don't care where you live. For if you bought in 2017, the house that I bought in 2017, I don't own it anymore. I sold it. But right now, I bought it for 100. Right now, it says it's worth almost 300 grand. In 8 years. That's amazing. You're telling me that you just, come on. Stock market don't even do that. They say it doubles what, every 7 years? Tripled. House tripled in 3 years. In 7 years. It's ridiculous. I mean, when I sold it 3 years later, almost double. This is really disingenuous. It's crazy.
Trying to get out of debt, not in more debt. Equity's not doing anything for me. The only thing you can do is sell your house. I'm not interested in selling. I need a place to live. That's the only benefit. The only benefit you can realize from a house is when you rent that bitch out or sell that bitch. Otherwise, you just in there. It's just a place to live. Equity.
You have to live somewhere, just like you're saying, right? You got to live somewhere. Or are you going to pay somebody else and pay rent, and then you're paying them and they're getting rich off you? No. I'd rather pay into myself than into somebody else's house. I'd rather pay into my house than someone else's house.
Equity ain't doing nothing for me. Oh, it's something for your kids. And fuck them kids. I thought I was going to get some benefits from this. Where are the benefits that I can take advantage of? So yeah, when you finally decide to sell it, you could probably get some money. But if you had a 30-year mortgage, by the time you've been paying on it for 30 years and paying property tax on a $350,000 house,
you're paying double or whatever.
$800,000. So let's say you sell that bitch for $700,000.
Which also you'd be paying that whole entire time if you were renting. And again, if you move, when you rent, you get nothing. But if you sell your house that you own after 30 years and you own it, guess what you get? You get everything that you put into it, right? Your price cost plus how much it appreciated. In 30 years, how much were houses 30 years ago? 1995. $115,000, let's just say. 115. Now it's 369. 115 to 369. This guy's video, this guy is lying. He's lying. He's not just being delusional. He's straight lying. This is crazy.
Are you really making money? Or are they just giving you back a little bit of what you already paid?
Again, which doesn't happen if you rent. Listen, I've rented for years. How old was I when I bought my first house? I was like around 35 when I bought my first house. I've been out of the home since I was 18, renting the whole time up until I bought my first house. So I know all about renting, right? I've lived in a zillion places. I've lived in multiple cities. Forget it. You get nothing back. You're lucky if you get your deposit back. No, this guy is lying. This guy is lying.
For half the cost and then pocketed the rest of the money, saved it, invested it, whatever, and come out with the same amount of money. So this is a hill I am willing to die on. Buying a house is only a good investment if you renting it out or you flipping houses. Like if you don't plan to live there. If you planning to live there, it's just a house. It's just a place to stay. Nothing else.
I mean, yeah, that's accurate, right? Okay, that's okay. This is like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, right? He says that the house that you live in is not an asset. It's a liability. And I understand. I totally get it. It's not making you money. You're spending money on it. I get it. But again, you have to live somewhere. He said it too. You have to live somewhere, right? You're going to live in your car? Hey, go for it. I've done shit like that. I've never lived in my car, but I've lived in all kinds of crazy, I've roughed it before. And there may be times and places for that, but ultimately that's not where you want to end up in. You want to live in a house, preferably without roommates. What kind of aspirations do you have where it's like, no, I don't, no, you want to live, you want to have a house. You'd rather pay into your own house than somebody else's house that you're just renting from them. You're paying your landlord, you're paying their bill, and probably putting money in their pocket. So for this guy to turn around and say like, no, it's not like, it'd be better to put money into your own house, right? Just living there. Okay, it's not an asset in that way where it's paying you right now, but it's building up your equity in the house, which you can then use that equity to go and buy an asset. You can take that money out and get another asset. You could go buy a rental property, which will then pay you. And guess what? Your your house that you live in got you that. It is incredibly disingenuous to tell people this. Let's see what people say. Bought my house in 2017. I love it. My house payment has only gone up about $100. That's, I mean, again, this is assuming that this video came out in 2015. I never paid over $1,000. I absolutely love home ownership. Either way, you're paying a mortgage, either your own or someone else's. You get something when you sell, you get nothing when you move out of a rental. That's all I'm saying, right? They're going to tell you 100 different tricks you can do. Two things true at once. There are some benefits, and it's the lesser of two evils. It's still a scam by the banks. I mean, yeah, okay, banks are giving you the, yeah, okay, right? You don't really own it if you have a mortgage. Okay. Right? I didn't own that first house, and then I sold it for double, and I got way more money back than I put into it, and the bank got taken care of. Right? I mean, play the game. It's a doghouse because you have to go to work to pay for it. He enjoys it. Okay. This got out of control when the houses went from 300 to 600 overnight. Yeah, I had a property in Florida. I sold it, got over that headache, and now I'm renting in Spain. I'm living, not surviving. Okay. I'm much older than you. Here's my take. You can make as or more in the stock market. However, once your mortgage is paid off, it's nice to ride that low-cost housing into retirement. Keep in mind. I mean, that's another huge thing. You can pay it off and then not have the principal and interest payment, which is the bulk of the monthly pity payment. That's a big deal. Your housing is your largest cost. You're never going to get rid of it if you're renting your whole life, but you can get rid of it if you buy. You can get rid of it. And I mean, hell, if you buy in cash, that's a whole other ballgame, right? Most people are not buying in cash, especially first-time home buyers. They're not buying in cash, you know? Okay, so I don't feel bad for not owning a home now. Yeah, they're going to get you either way. That being said, I do enjoy having the extra space. Look at this guy talking like this now, giving a benefit. Oh, don't forget capital gains if you sell. No, that's not how it works. If you live in it for the past 3 of 5 years, you're not paying, and it's under a certain amount, you're not under 250 or 500 if you're a couple, you're not paying capital gains on it. This is all very disingenuous. It's wild. I'm pro home ownership, but owning isn't a flex in today's market. It certainly is, especially more so now than ever because it's so unaffordable to own, right? Rent is the max you'll pay. Mortgage is the minimum. Taxes, insurance, maintenance. Also, rent goes up, right? Rent goes up. Mortgage goes up too. Rent also goes up. Primary residence is not an investment that you see a return on until you pay that mortgage off. It's actually a money pit. I mean, or you sell, or you take the money out and throw it in something else. Like, I don't understand how that is not also talked about. Depends on the market you're in. My total payment is less than rent in my market. Right. This is what I was saying at the beginning. It depends on where you are, because in some places it's cheaper. I mean, I know that this dynamic changes as time goes on, right? Because the market moves, and some places the market goes up, some places the market goes down, etc., right? Markets change, and housing in general is very slow moving in general. I know that we're very skewed because of COVID era, right? We forget what it was like prior to COVID, but in general, real estate is slow. What do they say? 3-4% a year type of thing, right? In general. Depends on the market you're in. Okay, the advantage is you can sell it right now and take the money and live in your car. Owning a home is one way to close the wealth gap if you buy right. My equity allows me to pull money and buy more income producing assets. I retired on those investments and still own my units. But what if you don't need to pull money from your equity? I have an 830 credit score and a lot of liquid capital. Is this guy is not that, I mean, again, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's not that bright. Maybe that's what it is. Because I'm like, I feel like this whole time he's just lying. He's being disingenuous, but I'm like, maybe he's just not that bright. What if you don't need the money to pull money from your equity and have an 830 credit score and a lot of liquid capital? Yeah, but you can still use that money to buy more. Did you hear what this person said? Cynthia Carter, good on you. Owning a home is one way to close the wealth gap if you buy right. My equity allows me to pull money and buy more. This is the key right here. Buy more income producing assets. If he bought in 2017, he's sitting on an intense amount of equity, even if he didn't make any extra payments, just the house going up and his payments, period, that he could pull out and buy another house or another 2 houses, probably, depending on where he lives and how much it's appreciated since 2017. You could buy another 1 or 2 houses, and those rents could be making him rent free, a mortgage free, could be paying his entire bills. Could potentially. That's huge. This guy's not playing the game right. Me and my husband rent a house through a company, and we can stay here until we feel like buying is the better option. We don't have to pay for repairs. We are saving and investing just fine. Yeah, for some reason, people think you can't invest without only a home. I mean, yeah, of course, you can. You can. If that's what you want to do. But to me, I think there's nothing wrong with owning a home. I think that's the right thing to do, probably for most people. I purchased my home in 2014 for $330. Now it's worth $815. Now I refied to a 15 with 2.5. Took my 30-year mortgage to 20 years. If I was renting, my landlord would profit. All means nothing until you sell the home. Yo, are you crazy? I'm curious if you did a rough estimate on how much you've spent on mortgage, property tax, homeowners insurance since 2014. How much do you think you've paid? Not the difference of 330 to 815. Not a chance. Yes, it was way lower the rent, but I purchased in a low state instead of Texas. Taxes are $1,200 per year. Facts, and that's not including any of the taxes, maintenance, and what it will actually sell for when it does. S&P has done over 100% since 2018 without the extra BS. Again, I can only use the examples, my real life examples, right? That's what I know. I bought that house for $105 in 2017. Right now, if you go and you look at the market and you do comps, the house is around $300. That's not doubling, that's tripling, or 1.5, however you want to call it. It's over 100%. There's literally no city or county in America where property taxes go up every year, maybe every 3 or 4 years, but not every year. All we pay is taxes and insurance annually. We don't play about bills. We paid our house off in 9 years and it's quadruple the value. Your taxes are still like having a mortgage, basically. Come on, man. This guy is... You didn't refinance in 2020? Yeah, I mean, this is BS. This is just not a smart person. That's ultimately what it is. And you can't always help smart people. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? I mean, that's all, right? I mean, whew, sheesh. Oh boy.